Transition Tuesday. I'm Jane, and this is Joe. And today we are going to talk about creating another way of looking at your life planning that isn't, paperwork related. A lot of our neighbors have decorated already for the holidays, and all I'm seeing are Christmas trees. And I thought it might be interesting to look at transition planning by doing something that's a visual. It's so easy to get overwhelmed, and it's hard to get your person involved in looking at the future planning because, guys like Joe aren't always very interested in it. But when I talked to him about doing this little project, he agreed that this was him and that this was me. And so we're going to go through a transition list and determine, we're going to decorate this best life tree, living your best life tree. I'm going to put Joe at the very top. And I'm going to go here kind of in the back. I'm trying to be in the background. So we have a best life wish list, which I will post. But I'm just going to go through. Joe and I kind of talked about some areas of life planning that we have, that we're able to decorate our tree with. So I'm just going to go through. Power of attorney, guardianship. We've done that. So we're going to put that on the tree. I got to figure out how to get these loops open. So I'll put that on the tree. Social activities and friends. Joe has been working on that this year. Not only has he learned what he does like, he's also learned what kinds of activities he doesn't like. Spiritual activities, church programs that are good for your spirit. This is things that make you happy. So Joe has learned about making decisions for himself that help him with, like, I may think, decorating this tree is the most fun thing in the world, and I may start doing it. But I've learned how to ask Joe to make choices around things. Also, benefits and services for adults with developmental disabilities. So here's SSI, Social Security Supplemental. I know, that's how I feel about SSI too. But it's a good thing. Housing. Where are you going to live? This one is, I thought this ornament looked a lot like kind of a bus stop. So I was thinking about, going somewhere during the day, waiting for the bus. In Joe's case, he's going to a day services program. They do employment and daily living skills practice. What's cool about this and why I like it as a visual is I can see that this tree is filling up pretty quickly. So it gives me a visual perspective on how much of Joe's life planning we have accomplished. But there's still room on this tree. Okay, here is, what is this? Oh, comp waiver. I can't read my handwriting. Comp waiver, now comp waiver. So that program provides services for adults with developmental disabilities so they can have direct support staff, respite care, and a whole range of services that, like the Medicaid doesn't pay for and your SSI benefits don't pay for. Like the day program, for example. Advocacy. So we put this on here. We put this on here because Joe has said, even when he was in high school, that being a disability advocate was important to him. And Joe has been involved in a couple of different programs that have allowed him to practice those advocacy skills. Chime in anytime, bud, if you agree with what I'm saying, or maybe you don't. Healthcare. Oh, this is one that we've sort of got figured out. We are still looking for some doctors, but Joe has made some important decisions. Oh, I dropped it. Has made some important decisions, and so I feel like this deserves to be on his tree. Getting down to the bottom here, Joe. Stable account. This is about finances. This particular ornament is about getting together your finances. Now, if you don't qualify for a Social Security supplement or those kinds of benefits, maybe you are planning to go to college or a technical school. So the financial piece would be, applying for a student loan or scholarships. So, finances, is individual to each person. But in our case, getting the stable account was a big step in Joe's, best life plan in the financial area. Okay, this one is goal setting. I made this because Joe and I worked really hard last January on SMART goals for Joe to make a decision every single day. And I want this to still be operative in his life. So I felt like we needed to remind ourselves of that. And so here's a little hobby horse to remind us. And then this one is a bird, and it is independence. Joe has become more independent since leaving school. He's making more decisions on his own, and I feel like he's going to keep growing, and this may become the star at the very top of the tree, but we'll put it right there. So I have 3 more ornaments, and these are the wishes, the things that we want to work on this year. So getting a nurse. We are trying to find a nurse so that Joe can be more independent, so he doesn't have to depend on me to do certain things that are required in our program, our comp waiver, for me to do, like his G-tube feeds. This one is living even more independently. We kind of are planning this and talking about it. I don't know what it's going to look like, But we want to remind ourselves that this is important to Joe, and we're going to put it on our best life tree. And then this one is developing relationships. You know, I really think Joe would love to have a girlfriend. Would you? Would you like to have a girlfriend? Go out on some dates? What do you think? Does that seem really hard for you, or would you like to try it? Yes? Do you want to talk about it off camera? You don't want to talk about that on camera? Are you feeling shy about that? Yes. Okay. Anyway, I still think this belongs on the tree. So, you know, here's just an example of something that you could do, especially if your person is still in school during the break. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, call it a best life tree. Don't get obvious Christmas ornaments. Get things that are meaningful to you, like if your person loves racing, you can get a race car ornament, or you know, a favorite sports team or something, and you can do this together and create a meaningful visual representation of your transition plan. I think that it's a great way to get ready for January, when we are going to talk about our plan. Prioritize, learn, assess, and navigate. That's going to be what we focus on during the month of January. We hope that you will take the plan challenge with us and come along on this journey with us. But in the meantime, you can have some fun and enjoy some holiday decorations. See you next time.